All right, so the article for today begins, as most of our dialogues do, with a scenario. This is kind of setting up the action, setting the scene, telling us what's going on as everything begins. It says, the next morning in the dining room, the twins are getting ready for school. All right, pretty typical. And what do you do in the morning in the dining room before school? They are having breakfast.
Yum, yum,
so
yum.
They're eating their breakfast.
Okay, well, I don't know if Jimmy's too pleased with this breakfast. Jimmy says, yuck! Ooh, Mom put fruit in our yogurt again.
Well, I would like that.
Actually, that sounds much better to me.
Yeah, but I get the feeling because of that first word that
Yuck.
Jimmy's not a big fan. Yuck. That's kind of like, you say that for something you don't like.
Right.
Especially if it's food or a smell or something that makes your stomach feel funny. So he doesn't like this fruit in his yogurt.
Well,
Kids are weird.
Well, let's find out what fruit is. It's today's word power word.
Okay.
It's spelled F-R-U-I-T, fruit, and it's a noun, and we're going to check it out right now. Okay, we're talking about the noun fruit. Fruit is something that you eat, and it usually grows on trees or bushes. Sometimes it can grow near the ground, like pineapples. You eat this part of the plant, and it usually has a sweet, juicy taste. So if you can think of oranges or pears or mangoes, when you eat them, they usually have a lot of juice in them. They're usually sweet. They have a very nice taste. Here's an example. I like watermelon and grapes, but I don't like any other fruit. One more time. I like watermelon and grapes, but I don't like any other fruit.
All right, and fruit is a very healthy thing. It's also a popular thing to have with breakfast.
Yeah.
Now you can just cut up a piece of fruit, or you could have it with some yogurt. And that's what they were doing, but Jimmy didn't seem to like fruit with his yogurt, but a lot of people do. What is yogurt? Yogurt is basically milky, creamy stuff that's been aged a little bit. It's not exactly cheese. It's not exactly butter.
It's not exactly milk.
It's not exactly milk, but it comes from milk, as do cheese and butter. Yogurt's a very popular thing to have for breakfast. It doesn't have a lot of sweetness to it.
No,
so
not
that's
plain
why,
yogurt.
That's why people do add fruit or honey or something like that. But it's very good for your stomach, and it fills you with lots of energy. I guess it's a lot of protein or something like that. Anyway, so it's a popular and healthy breakfast food. So that's why they're having it.
Okay, well, Timmy has an idea. Remember, they're into this social media thing right now.
Oh no, they're not going to start taking pictures of their food.
It wouldn't be Taiwan if they didn't.
I guess that's the second most popular thing to do with your app.
Yeah, okay, well, Timmy has an idea. He says, take a picture before you eat it.
All right. Yeah, so people will take pictures of their food before they eat it. And of course, as you know, people do, they also think people will think we're cool. There you go. People do often think, wow, look at you. You're in a cool restaurant or you're eating all this great food. You made that yourself at home?
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Or, you know, fruit and yogurt is a bit of a healthy breakfast.
It's a healthy breakfast.
Like, you're so healthy. Good job.
For you. Right. So that's his idea. That's what he's thinking. People will think we're cool. We'll become more popular than Paige.
Ooh, grand ideas here.
This is not really for their, just to share pictures. They want to beat Paige at the popularity game.
Okay, well, we see another scenario a bit later. They've finished their breakfast. Now they're on their way to school. Jimmy and Timmy are waiting for the school bus.
Okay.
Now, Timmy finds a flattering angle of Jimmy and starts taking pictures of him. Now, you might be wondering what this adjective flattering means. It means that something looks good. So if you have a different angle, maybe you look better if you're facing this way or if you're facing this way. Okay, so flattering just means that something looks good, such as that sweater is very flattering on you. You should wear it more often. It looks good.
To flatter someone is to sort of compliment them and say, wow, you look great today or something like that. So if a thing is flattering, it makes you look good. It could be a picture.
Right.
It could be some piece of clothing. But you kind of wear it and oh, I look good in red or in blue, so I'm going to wear my red sweater. Something like that. So then Timmy says, don't move. This is a great photo. So he doesn't want Timmy to not run away like the police would say, don't don't move. He wants them to freeze and pose like a model because it's a great photo. In other words, he looks really good in the picture, so he'll take a picture or a photo right now. And then the next we see another scenario. Mac and Cheese, they run out of the house towards the boys, and Jimmy falls over. So this must be a little bit of time later, maybe after school. They're playing outside. The two dogs run out of the house towards the boys. One of them launches himself maybe at Jimmy, and that causes Jimmy to fall over or to trip and fall.
Oh, well, Jimmy, instead of not moving, he's just fallen on the ground.
There you go.
The dog came out of nowhere. Timmy thinks this is hilarious. He's laughing. He's taking pictures. He loves it. He says, "Look at your face. This picture is so funny."
Oh boy.
Now, funny is an adjective. It's spelled F-U-N-N-Y, funny, and we're going to learn more about it now. Funny is an adjective, and funny describes something that makes you laugh. Maybe you watch cartoons in the morning. Those cartoons are usually funny. You usually laugh at those funny TV shows. Comic books are funny. You might laugh when you're reading a funny comic. Here's an example. Daniel's story was very funny. Everyone laughed loudly. One more time. Daniel's story was very funny. Everyone laughed loudly.
All right, so that's going to be a popular picture. So, of course, what are they going to do with it? Put it on social media.
Well, I don't know. They've got this thing about not wanting to put ugly photos.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if Jimmy's going to like this.
Yeah, you might look funny in the photo, but not handsome while you're falling down, tripping over a dog. Anyways, so what's the next thing we see? It's a picture, and Timmy tags Jimmy in his photo and uploads it to his social media.
I don't know if Jimmy's gonna like that.
That's kind of a problem. Sometimes someone might take a picture of you, think it's great, put it on social media, but they didn't ask you, how about this? They didn't let you make sure that you agree with the photo. And yeah, someone saying, why did you put this picture of me? I look so stupid.
Yep.
Could be a problem.
So what happens? Well, the school bus comes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they quickly get on. Timmy's phone beeps, beep, beep. Now, people are clicking the like on the photo, or I like on the photo he just posted. So people like this photo of Jimmy falling down, but Jimmy doesn't really know about it yet.
That's right.
Yeah, that's because we see Jimmy checks the photo he's tagged in the picture. He's looking at his phone and he sees Timmy tag this photo of me, and it's and he says, "Is that a picture of me falling down?" Now, we've said this phrase a lot. Fall down means to move from a higher position to a lower position, often by accident. It's not something you mean to do. Now, here we could say the little boy started crying after he fell down. Maybe he hurt himself.
That's right. People can trip over things or fall off things or slip on things, and they go from standing to lying down quickly. It often hurts, but it can be funny.
Sometimes.
Anyways, so Timmy is sort of noticing or realizing that his brother is not happy. So that's why he says, oops. That's what you say when you make a mistake and you're about to apologize. And, well, he apologizes. He says, sorry, Jimmy, I didn't mean to share this photo. Of course, here, share is not like sharing it with your friends. It's putting it on social media so other people can see it. He's apologizing. He says he didn't mean to do that. He didn't mean to share the photo. When you mean to do something, that's what you want to do. That's what you plan to do. That was your intention. All right? So if you don't mean to do something, it was an accident, you didn't think carefully. Often when people make accidents or when they're apologizing, they say, oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to leave my phone at home or something like that. It wasn't my plan, but it might have happened. So is Jimmy okay with the apology?
Oh, I don't know. He says, oh no, I look bad.
Oh, he didn't get a chance to make his legs longer.
Right. You shouldn't let people see this.
No.
I think Jimmy's still a little upset. He said this word let. You shouldn't let people see this. Let is a verb. It's spelled L-E-T, let. Let's talk more about it now. Okay, we're talking about the verb let. Let is the present tense. In past tense, it stays the same. Let, and the present or past perfect is also let. Let, let, let. Now, let's talk about the definition of let. When you let something happen, you don't stop that thing from happening. You can also make it possible for this thing to happen. For example, please don't let the cat get out when you open the door. One more time. Please don't let the cat get out when you open the door. Don't allow the cat to go outside. Okay, so Jimmy's not quite so happy about this photo, but some good news.
That's right. Well, Jimmy's being upset about the photo. Timmy notices something. He says, wait, there are so many likes. Wow, so he actually looks at the phone or looks at the app and notices that a lot of people are going, hey, that's really good. It's getting a lot of likes. Also, he says, someone wrote, Jimmy is so funny, he's the best.
Oh, wow.
Not Jimmy is so goofy, he looks like a clown. Jimmy is so funny, he's the best.
All right.
These are good things, right? Of course, it's actually one of the best things because the best is the best. It's the most good. It's a noun. It's spelled B-E-S-T. It's the best. If something is the best, it's the number one. It's the most good. It's the highest rated, the highest ranked. If someone asks you, what's your favorite movie? Whatever title you say, for you, that's the best movie. There's nothing better than the best. For example, Henry was the best in his class in high school. Henry was the best in his class in high school.
Okay, we see in our picture now, Jimmy and Timmy, they're both looking at their phone, they're reading what it says, they're
feeling pretty good about themselves.
They're looking at all those likes. Who liked us? Ooh.
Yeah.
Jimmy says, you know what? We don't need to be perfect. We should be happy with ourselves.
So they don't need to Photoshop all the pictures and think about it too much. Just be natural.
Yeah, and he says this question, you know what?
You know what?
Yeah, and we actually use this when we want to introduce some information to somebody we're talking to. And it's used a lot in daily speech. You say, you know what? It's another way of saying, I want to tell you something.
Yeah. Well, here's something interesting.
Yeah.
All right. And it's true, they don't have to be perfect in their normal lives. Perfect, it's an adjective. P-E-R-F-E-C-T. Perfect just means no problems, no mistakes, no flaws. Everything is exactly the way it should be. And of course, it's nice to try to be perfect, but don't worry if you can't be. We're all human. Nothing can be perfect.
Okay, well, Timmy agrees with him. You know what? He says, you're right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm tired of taking photos of everything.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. It just gets boring. He continues, he says, let's just be ourselves again. Now, he says, I'm tired of taking photos. When you're tired of something, be tired of. It means you're angry or bored with something that has just been going on for a really long time.
That's right.
Here's an example. I'm tired of eating at this restaurant. Let's eat somewhere different.
Now, that doesn't mean you're going to take a nap in your soup.
No.
It just means you're bored of this restaurant. People often also say, I'm sick of. I'm sick of something. It doesn't mean you're actually sick. It just means you really want to change.
Do something else.
This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, obviously, Jimmy and Timmy have learned that they don't need to be perfect on social media. They're great just the way they are.
And there are other things to do in life apart from worrying about likes and taking a million pictures of your orange juice.
Right. You don't have to be popular, be in social media.
Absolutely.
Right. A good lesson to learn. Well, we are almost done for today. We're going to finish up with today's review time.